Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be kind of a first challenge day. So I've not used a public charger. I haven't sort of done a massive trip other than my commute to work and back. So today we're going to head to Skegness, and we like to call it Skeg Vegas because it's arcade madness. So it's about 85 miles there, 85 miles back, 170 miles round trip. Now in theory the Zoe can do this. And probably in eco mode it probably could, but today's one of the hottest days of this year so far, so I'm going to need the aircon going, and I don't want to sort of slouch back on the eco mode, so it's going to be on normal mode and we're going to drive there. Now I've already found a charge point in a car park, and hopefully when we get there it'll be free and we can charge, and if not there's about 2 or 3 on the way back, so if it is, you know, blocked, then what I'll do is I'll let it plan in for one on the way back. So it's all good. So anyway, what I'm doing is taking my daughter here. This is Paige.
Hiya.
And we're going to jump in the car and we're going to go. Now I've done lots of short trips in it over the last sort of couple of days, so the guessometer is quite low. It is fully charged, so I'm hoping it will get further than it says on the guessometer. But it's going to be a first challenge. Like if I get there and it's all blocked and I've got to get back, I've got to get back. I'm going to have to stick it on eco mode and try and eke out the miles. But I'm kind of keeping these fingers crossed that we are going to be able to get there, plug in and prove to everybody it's really easy just to jump in your car in the middle of England, drive to the coast and enjoy your day and be stress free. So let's find out. So let's unplug it. Well, I need to put the wire back. Hang on, do some weird dangly thing with the camera. Yes. So that's back in place. That's in. That's in. Right, let's check and see what we've got on the mileage. So if you can see that nice and clear, we have 157 miles. I have used the precondition, I should say, for probably about 7 minutes. Get the car to the right temperature. I believe it makes sure the battery's the right temperature. So hopefully that 157, because of all these little short trips up and down the hills around where I live, will obviously be a lot more than that, especially as we're going sort of to a very flat place. So yeah, we're off to Skeg Vegas. I'm gonna get going. So what we're gonna do is, literally just before I've got basically pulled off the drive, my daughter's jumped in, is I'm gonna aim for a Polar Instant charge point, because it's in a car park right on the beachfront basically. I was looking at yesterday. Now I've not done this before, so this is new for me. It'll hopefully load up, then I can plug it in, and then via it was navigation, it's going to hopefully appear. So I need to put my password in, so I'll stick that in now and have a lovely look at the dashboard while I'm doing that. Beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, we are aiming to do everything via this app if all goes according to plan. So there's the one we're heading for, as you can see, it's right on the beachfront. So if it's as easy as it says and it's not in use when we get there, we click on it, we go directions, and if all goes according to plan, nothing happens. Let's try again, directions. We're going to use was. We'll say just once in case you change your mind and it's not very good. So that's calculating now where we're going. Calculating route, 89 miles. Go now. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is connect this to my Android Play, and it should, in theory, mirror the screen onto here. So here we go. Yeah, we do. We'll pop through. So let's see, once it's here, if we click navigation. Now the one thing I'll say, what I've noticed about my Android phone is, if you press the reset button every single time, what you find is, every time you use it, every time you want to plug it into Android Play, if you reset your phone, it works really, really smooth. So that's been a big difference. So it seems to have come up. It says 89 miles away. There's nothing left on the screen yet. I'll get going. Obviously, if there's any reports or any issues, I'll let you know as we go. But I'm going to start moving, and then I'll pull over and fix it if I have to. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So that's the plan. So let's head there. So we're underway. We've done, I don't know, 5-6 miles. That's all. The GOM's saying 154. So obviously it's not losing a lot. I wouldn't say it's hilly, it's pretty much mostly country, and then it's country all the way there and mostly flat, like I've said. So hopefully it'll improve.
Turn left.
There's the was. Oh, still going. So the was didn't put it up on the screen properly, and quite quickly, if you click off of or onto another menu like phone or back to its main screen, back onto was, it all appeared.
Turn left onto Oakley Road.
Now working
then at the
perfectly,
as
you can hear.
Exit onto A6003
so that's the was that you can see now, and it's looking good. And
roundabout,
that's pretty much it now, so I'll give you another update as soon as I get going. So we've done nearly 25 miles, probably 23, yeah, 23 miles I've done in total so far, and the GOM is saying 147, so I can't remember exactly what it was. I'm sure it was 155 when we left, so it's saying that I've used 7 miles ish. So obviously that's looking loads better. It's a really hot day today. This is that one where they put all over the news with it being the hottest day in record, and all close to it. Last time it matched it was in August something or other. So it is a really hot day. It's still obviously quite early in the morning. It's 8:47, so it's getting hotter and hotter. But so far everything's going really well. We're in a bit of like slow moving but traffic. I mean, it's moving but slow, so it's all good. So yeah, I'm really impressed. Hopefully you can eke out quite a lot of miles out of this. Paige is dead excited about getting there so we can go on the grabbers and try and win some toys. We were just discussing with this heat, would you eat fish and chips or would you have something cold to eat? Probably not having a sandwich at this rate, but yeah, that's the way it goes. The car's coping good, the air conditioning's keeping us nice and cool. It's a big thumbs up so far. I must admit, I've got that little bit kind of anxiety about public charging for the first time. One, if it's free. I know I've got some backups on the way back, so we should be fine. And we've got nowhere to be tonight. And a lot of people that drive electric cars are probably laughing at me, going, "You'll get there, you'll get back, you won't even need to use it." Do you know what? You're probably right by saying that, and I probably could get there and I could get back, especially if the gasometer keeps doing what it's doing. But I still go back to the old-fashioned thing. Why risk it? Why would you want to risk a bit of range anxiety when you don't need to? Obviously if they're all full then we'll give it a go, but yeah, so I'm excited. This is a nice little first challenge for me, and if anybody else is watching this and thinking about buying an electric car, I'm really hoping that this is going to prove it to you that it's definitely a usable, easy thing to do. Anyway, I'll catch up with you when something happens, or we get there or something. Anyway, see you in a second. So we've done quite a chunk of the mileage now, and basically it's saying that we're 36 miles away. There's 130 left on the gasometer. So obviously we're getting better and better. We're currently sat in traffic, and we all know that the Zoe electric cars actually quite like traffic, because you're not using a lot of power to travel. It doesn't really use any when you're sat here. So I'm tempted, only if I can get there and it ends up saying that I've got 100 miles of range left, because it's only 85 miles home. I'm very tempted not to charge, because obviously I've got to pay to charge and paying for the car park. But I don't know. I really don't know. I'm a little bit nervous if I don't, but the temptation is actually there. The temptation is, why bother charging? Why not just drive home and charge? Obviously I'll be paying less. So we'll see. We will see. I'll either bottle it and I'll charge if the charge point's free, or I will just park up and go and enjoy my day and not worry about it.
In half a mile.
We will see.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A16.
The one thing about that as well, so far it's been flawless, the journey. Obviously it's summer holidays, you expect this kind of traffic around roundabouts. There had like a weird patch where it didn't even know where we were, and I don't know, and it looked like a newish road, so maybe it's just not on there, but it didn't do anything, it just froze, and I was like going, oh, it's broken, I'm gonna have to try and do something. But I left it, and then it sort of caught up again. I know that happens with sat navs, but it was just really weird that it kind of just went sort of greyed out instead of like doing what it usually does and just showing you in the middle of the field. So that was a little bit odd, like a grey area, but that it looked like I'd already been there for a little while because it had a petrol station and stuff as well, so it's not like it's just happened. But anyway, enough with that. So I will update you probably now when we get closer, if not there. But yeah, it's very tempting not to charge. I don't know, do I just out of peace of mind plug it in? I don't know, if I have 100 miles or more left, I'm not going to bother. Let's just say that. Less than 100 miles, I will plug it in if it's free for the sake of plugging it in. Alright, I'll see you when we get there. So as you can see, we've done, well, on the GOM says 100 miles, so we've basically gained a lot. Yeah, I'm incredibly impressed with that, and I could generally drive all the way home. But I know it's going to be really trafficky, and I know it doesn't use electric, but for own peace of mind, the charge point, there is a space here, so I've parked in it, so I'm going to charge for the first time. I'm going to use the app, I'm going to credit it, and hopefully it's all going to work. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. But this is going to be my first public charge point, so here we go. Plug that in there. See how easy this is going to be. Plug this into here. That's locked in. And now we get the app out. We're going to get the app out of here. We're going to go back to map. Then we'll go back again. We know where we already are. Socket 1, start charge. Please select socket number 1 available. Please wait while we try to connect you. Now I'm flashing red actually currently. Socket 2, that's socket 1. May take up to 60 seconds, it says. Connection ready. Please follow the instructions at the post. Well, there we go. It's now flashing blue. And it says it's charging, and you've basically now got the buzz, and I've got the charge point just there. So now we're going to go and enjoy Skegness and go for a walk around and eat ice cream, eat rubbish food, play in arcades and have some fun. So we've been really successful, and it's been really, really good. And obviously we'll see how much charge and stuff we've got back and how many miles that we do. But do you know what? That was stress-free pretty much. Everyone was saying you have to top the app up hours before you go. I've just topped it up. It's took me, what, 2 or 3 minutes to do? Pretty good. Anyway, we're going to go and enjoy this beautiful weather in this beautiful place. So for a first experience, basically I've plugged in, it's been in charge for ages, and I kept checking it, kept saying it wasn't charging. It basically stops at 80%. I even came back to the car to check it, disconnected it and reconnected it, and it had charged again up to 80% and it just stopped. So I'm guessing the charge cuts off at 80%. The app's just said, I believe, it just said it was a free charge, let alone it says it charges me. So I'll have to check again later, but it said final value was free. With my 80% charge now, I'm just preconditioning the car. We have currently got in here, let's have a quick look. ...141 miles. So we'll see how we do as we get back. But it's been a good day. We've been here for probably 3.5, 4 hours. I'm just interested it only got to 80%. I don't know if that's normal or not normal. I would have liked it to have got to 100 again, but Hey, at least it got to 18. It obviously got there really, really quickly as well, so that's really good. Anyway, we're going to get on the road, like cool down a bit, because we're both roasting hot, and we'll just see how it does on the way back. But let's get going. So we've done quite a few miles now. On the DOM it sort of says 126. It stayed around 130 to 133 for absolutely ages. Obviously it must just have got to the right temperature and decent regen, I don't know, but it looks really good. The temperature outside is a lovely 34 degrees, so it's nice and hot. We've still got 62.9 miles to go. Everything's looking good. I've got to always, say the same thing at the minute. I'm surprised just how easy having an electric car is, because you kind of get the comments, don't you, about it being hard work. Well, getting to 80% is a little bit annoying, but if it's a free charge, and I suppose it slows down after 80, that's not the end of the world. And it's given me more than plenty. Obviously I had enough probably to get home, but now I can get home with ease. And you could park there for free as well. That was quite cool, because you're charging. I did the silly thing of not reading the sign properly and going to pay for car parking, and I charged, but the charge was free, so it's all right, I don't mind. We've stopped at a Costa drive-through because I'm really tired. It's been a long day of running around and in and out the arcade. Paige has got herself a lovely ice fruit sort of drink, so it's all good, like a smoothie. So yeah, it's all cool. I'll give you an update when we get back, how many miles I've got left. But I've got to say same thing again. How easy is it? How relaxing is it? There is I've got no stress to drive an electric, what people talk about. So happy days. Anyway, let's keep on trucking. So if you can see the old Gesso-meter, it's saying 71 miles left in the Gesso-meter. We are cruising along nicely now. If you can see on there as well, it's saying 37 degrees, so it is whoppingly hot out there. But luckily the air conditioning is keeping us nice and snug. We've only got 9.3 miles to go. Paige, having a nice time?
100%.
Do you feel cool enough?
Yes.
And the car, nice. Do you like the car?
Of course.
Good, so it's all good then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything's going really, really well. I mean, it's really impressive, full stop. And obviously I'll plug it in and see what charge I've got when I get back. But just a quick update, just smooth driving, cracking bit of kit. So we've arrived back. It's 59 miles left on the old Gesso-meter. We've got 36 temperature outside. Time for me to press the stop and plug it back in. Yep. Five hours and 5 minutes left of charge, 33%. That's not bad, is it? So that's the end of the journey. Obviously, I was actually over 170 miles because the satellite navigation took us one way, and because I didn't need it on the way back, I just used the built-in TomTom. But either way, it all worked really, really well, and actually, surprisingly, how easy it is. So hopefully that will now prove to you it's easily done. And I know a lot of people watch this and shout, yeah, we already know. But at the same time, if you're new like me, there was kind of... It's almost like a lesson and a journey. Now, obviously, I've realised in my car, and maybe there's a setting for this, but only charge to 80% and stop charging. And I noticed as well, when I put precondition on, it started charging again and stayed at the 80%. So, again, maybe it's a life lesson to sort of learn, a learning curve as such. Maybe it's just that charger will only get to 80% because obviously I've not paid. It said it was free, but originally the app told me it was going to charge. So even still, massively impressed. The car's obviously got there with ease and got back, and it probably would have done it without being charged. But it's back on now. But yeah, just nice and easy. Top sort of drive as well. Dead comfortable, air conditioning, perfect all the way there. What an amazing little car. And it really is an amazing little car. And it doesn't feel small. It feels spacious. We had no issues whatsoever. So if you could do us a big favour, as always, if you haven't, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. We'll be doing more and probably trying to get to some places where we know there isn't charge points and stuff like that coming up in a few more videos, because we like a good challenge. But for the first time experience of going far, using a charge point. It was a good success and I'm really happy. Thumbs up. See you next time. Bye bye.